It's amazing. Everybody's worried that China is going to take over the world. I keep reading and hearing about this over and over. It's about time we woke up to what reality is. That's why I'm titling this, Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? It ain't China. China's got a lot of issues. They're not a great country like we are. They've got good people, smart people, hardworking people, but they're wasting all that potential. Look what's going on. They have the worst pollution in the world. I think I mentioned in a prior tape that, if you look at the pictures of LA in the late 50s, early 60s, China makes LA then look like it had beautiful air and beautiful weather. Where else do you find dead pigs in your water supply? Where else do you find that your milk is contaminated and you can't drink it? Where else do you find that your food supply is not good? I'm not talking about little outbreaks like we have here in America. I'm talking about major outbreaks where people can't trust anything. Where can you find where people are living next to old factories that are pumping chemicals into the water supply and into the land? Where do you have all this? Where do you have it where people don't have the right to really think or believe what they want to believe? Where is it where Google can't go in and work? Twitter isn't in there because China is afraid. China controls the internet. They have these microblogs, but people get picked up and it gets shut down. How about their judicial system? The mayor of Chongqing and his wife, sure, they may have been guilty of killing this British guy. Who knows? The problem is it was a 5-day trial. One admits to the guilt, the wife. The mayor, the husband, kind of admits it but doesn't admit it, and it all disappears. You don't hear another word about it. And they say justice has been done. Amazing how justice has been done. Nobody saw anything. There was no real evidence. There never is. When they have earthquakes, their buildings fall down quickly because they have no design rules and how to be able to protect against that. China's now doing what any major country that's afraid does. It turns its people outward in foreign policy to make people think that, hey, we have to be strong in our defense. Suddenly, they go into the Senkaku Islands and want to take on Japan and Vietnam and the Philippines and South Korea. Hey, why not? Let's prove we're tough. They send out their carrier, but their carrier doesn't carry any planes. That's really something to get worried about. And then the biggest worry everybody talks about is all the bonds they own of ours. So what? So what? What are they going to do? Sell them? They're going to sell them? They're going to sell them. They need that income. And the only reason they would sell them is because they are in trouble and need cash. What are they going to do? Buy Euro bonds? Backed by whom? Which country? They don't know. There's only certain countries in Europe that really back those bonds right. But the Euro bonds still mean Euro, and who's going to back it up? And then the best part now is their entire banking system seems to be starting to fall apart. It may take a couple years. We had Lehman, we had Bear Stearns, we had Countrywide, we had Merrill Lynch. But we didn't have a shadow banking system. We had a banking system. And we were lucky and able to have a leader like Ben Bernanke to stand up and flood the system with cash when we needed it, when our political leaders didn't stand up. But at least we had a bureaucrat who knew what he had to do and did it. What's happening in China, nobody knows. It just seems to be that their bonds are starting to fall apart. They have a shadow banking system that takes care of all the non-big state-owned corporations, and those are all going bad. And if you read about it, you can see they're going to have to come up with more cash, more cash, more cash, like the little Dutch boy who's putting his fingers in the dike to try to stop all the water from coming out. The problem is more leaks keep coming out. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? I'm not. We shouldn't be. That's why our country is still so great when you look at all the issues that China has. A great country, could be a great country. It's got great people, but all they do is destroy all their potential and try to act tough. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? I'm not, and we shouldn't be. Peace.